in search of some better performance for your 2022 or newer Toyota Tundra, this AFE Momentum GT Cold Air Intake with the Pro Dry S filters in red will be a great mod to check out. Now this will be tailored to the Tundra owner who's looking for a quality intake to boost their performance with cleaner air and a better flow if you're looking to help with your day-to-day drivability, especially if you're looking to gain back some efficiency after larger wheels and tires or heavier gear loaded into your truck. Now this specific option will also be great for the Tundra owner who's looking for a long-lasting system that they can clean and reuse over time and wants a bit more protection with the closed airbox style system, whether it's protection from heavy dust or sand, or even you live in just a wetter climate where you're seeing mud and water often when you take your truck off-road. I would like to mention that this will also not be CARB certified, so just keep that in mind when you're shopping around for an intake system. Now this will feature a couple of main benefits, including better filtration, better airflow, and very easy maintenance for consistent performance over the years. Now starting with the filter, this is going to contribute to all of those departments. That will be the Pro Dry S filter, which will allow freer flowing air compared to the factory paper filter with a larger design to put a lot of air in and 3 layers of media to filter any contaminants, and it's going to have the ability to be washed and reused rather than just having to replace it every couple thousand miles. Now the intake tubes will also be streamlined for a smooth flow of air, and the housing will keep all of that hot engine bay air out and keep that air cool. Now in addition to the protection that you're going to get with these air boxes, these will also have a clear sight window up on top, which will allow you to keep an eye on your filter for maintenance without having to disassemble the entire thing. Now this system will also noticeably increase turbo noise as well for a sporty feel to the Tundra, while offering a better look underneath the hood with well-fitting components, a tread texture to the top of each of the air boxes, and a standout appearance with the red finish. Now getting into the construction and the breakdown of this kit, starting with the filter here, this is going to be AFE's 3-layer synthetic media filter, which will offer good efficiency and a high dust hold capacity. Now this one will also include 2 one-piece housings made of a red heat-resistant cross-link polyethylene material, so you can ensure that this is going to remain heat soak resistant and be durable underneath the hood. Now the same plastic material is used for the CAD design intake tubes as well, and this kit is going to come with all of the necessary hardware in order to mount it up, in addition to stainless steel clamps and silicone couplers that will not only last a long time but will also be heat resistant underneath the hood. Now comparing these to others available in the category, this is going to be at the higher end of the spectrum at about $675 for the full kit, but it's going to be well built for that price point. Now this system will have a good amount of protection, a dry filter for the Tundra owners who would rather go the dry route rather than an oiled filter, and this is also going to have that bright red color compared to other more commonly colored choices like black intakes or even polished choices. Now this is also going to be a complete replacement, as where other options in the category may just include a filter and tubing upgrade and keep some of those factory components, but with this you're getting a full swap if that's what you're looking for when it comes to your Tundra. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, and it should take you about an hour or so to get the job done with some fairly basic hand tools. At this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how you can get this installed on your Tundra at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into that install.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet, a clip remover tool, a Phillips head screwdriver, a T20 Torx driver, an 8 and 10 millimeter socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing some intakes on our Tundra, so let's get started. So to remove our factory intake, we just need to disconnect the connector on our mass airflow sensor, disconnect this clip, and then we're going to take a 10 millimeter socket to loosen up this clamp. We're going to slide this elbow off, and then we can just lift our box straight out. So I'm going to grab a clip remover tool and start on this clip here. Just pop that out and then press in on this black tab on the connector and slide it off. And then grab your 10 millimeter socket and loosen up the clamp. And then you can just wiggle that elbow off of that fitting. And then just grab your intake box and pull straight up. And you want to make sure all these grommets came out with your box. If they're still on the post, just pop those off. And then once you've done that on this side, you can repeat that exact same process on the other side. Now once you pull that box out, you can just remove your 3 grommets because we are going to have to transfer these over to our new boxes. So just kind of push from the back, pry that out. And then you can repeat that whole process on the other side. So now we're ready to start assembling our 2 air boxes. Now these 2 air boxes are slightly different, but they assemble the exact same way. The only difference is going to be the seal that goes on the firewall side here. They're once again very slightly different, but they are different. So I'm going to go ahead and start with that. You've got these 2 foam seals. Just line it up first, make sure you got the right one. And then you can start peeling the double-sided tape back in. And then just get this lined up and stick it down. And then if you go to the bottom, you'll see our 3 holes for the grommets. So just take the smaller side and push that into that hole. Do the same thing for the other 2. And if you rotate it around one more time, you've got the hole for our plug. Slide that in, rotate it, get it nice and straight. And then you can come over to the bigger hole for the filter, and you're just going to push this in. And it has these little clips that are going to lock it into place. So once you have that done on one, do the same thing on the other. Next, we can transfer over our mass airflow sensor from our stock intake box over to our new intake tube. Now we've got 2 Phillips head screws, so just grab a Phillips head screwdriver and pull these out. Now these are stamped R or L for left or right. On our factory intake tube, we have an R here, so we can just match it up to make sure we've got the right side. So take that screwdriver and remove your 2 screws. And then just lift that straight out. Be careful with these because they are fragile. And then just slide that in. Now we do have new screws included in the kit. So we're going to take those screws and slide those into place. And you're going to need a T20 Torx driver to tighten down your new ones. And then just do that same thing for your other intake tube. So now we can hop back into the engine bay, and we're going to be installing our coupler first. We've got a smaller and a bigger clamp. Smaller clamp is going to go on the smaller side of this coupler, bigger clamp on the bigger side. And then take that smaller side and slide that into place. Now grab your intake box and get those grommets installed onto those studs. And then take your intake tube, the bigger side or just the side with the logo is going towards the box here. So I'm going to get this into that coupler first and then get that slid into the air filter. And then you can grab the connector for your mass airflow sensor, plug that in. And now just take an 8mm socket and tighten down your 3 clamps. And then you can repeat that exact same process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the AFE Momentum GT cold air intake with Pro Dry S filters in red for your 2022 and newer Tundra. Thank you for watching, and for all things Tundra, keep it right here at extremeterrain.com.